mame kachi obi se dwumadie no ahyase nti montwemma mo fidie no na fe mo ne yenkambom dwumadie no yato din se Ahintasem ewo Tofiakwa TV medin de Jonathan Kwabena Sackey eba dwumadie so a efeme Prof ene yedo ba be rurum na se ne matwen ache na dodo na kase na mo badabe no ejebu ejana nya ba beduru nti free na ekoi de Tuesday bia wona me nhia na fe yenwenwe abrabo mu nsam abakosem ebefa ye nananom so ebefa yeko Bible mu yeko Quran mu in fact ye fa ba bia abrabo mu nsam nyina na yerewrem na yesua ade ewom na yesu etimi akoyanim ewo abrabo mu semedi kan na ha Tofiakwa TV dwumadi no eye Ahintasem medin di Jonathan Kwabena Sackey Prof and I frame ewo dwumadi eso na ne bebi a yedu wura no ano den eye asem a si me ha mani enka about 112 years ago and asase mo esiye but emunsem no enani ne nyina no se yete ho asem na se yekenkan na se yehwe bia me yade a eya wosen na eya homete isanse nipa dodo enkwa a omo hwereye ewo sa dwumadi mu anase sa enioma esiye ewo 1912 as far back as 1912 enkomo ena me no ba bedie the Titanic enkomo ena ye ba bedie na mejiri se wahwe ya omaye movie bi a ekire senia Titanic na nkasa ye build ye ene senia baby ani free ene baby ani ekro ene nyoma esi wo mu nyina no omo e de ahye movie nim but ye wo Ahintasem bi wo mu a ye ba beda na di e de ache na esua ade enso so ewom so the din Titanic na kwa no hwan e na e de baaye na hwan na tu ni din time to cool na fe yenwuram na fe yensua de enso so emfiri mu yekoya chi a eye about 1907 abranti bi a na e friend of Bruce Ismay dwumadi no koso no rese omo images ni betwagu ewo screens ni so nti obehu e friend Bruce Ismay no ye sikani kese pa wo English abrochiman mu the UK ho asem na meken ono ana na oda dwumaku bi a na e friend no White Star Line na a shipping company na shipping company no omo ne omo ana omo build ships and from Holland and then Holland and Wolf omo so a company and omo build omo design ships as a build ships omo ne sa abranti friend Ismay eshia in fact not always kai pa nti mra omo esa ba omo adwum so omo person omo build ship no omo ne Ismay tena say esa say White Star Line no omo ne Holland and Wolf no omo di dwuma German say omo di dwuma bo mu anesa nti omo ships nyina omo build ye no na omo friend no White Star Line and I say na under the umbrella of the White Star Line. Yes, Bruce Ismay Kenny Bruce Ismay e ho asem na make na onim o say bibie mu no say competition wo mu a ekoyie pa say competition wo bibie mu a ekoyie na omo wo rival company bi a na e from Cornard sa Cornard ni so omo so build ships na around that time no na Cornard no atimi build 2 ships baako e friend Lusitania and a baako e friend Mauritania enya Mauritania e ekru Mauritania but we dey shipper no mo friend Mauritania so 2 ships hi na Cornard omo build ye na one significant feature na say na e speed pa say e shipper si nsuo so a edwane ye pa nti in fact o ne obi the same industry mu na rival company aye bibi sa no na ye say e pushi White Star Line for no so omo so nye bibi nti eja omo come our dream boom mu so omo so be bibi nti omo so imagine say actually omo build 3 ships omo build ships mako miensa 1 2 3 na o say Cornard for na build 2 nti omo so build 3 na so omo come and they wanted to be ahead of their competitors sa na wi asete oni obi wo industry mu say de bia no obo homodin say obo ahead good nti omo so tena say didi nkomo a na omo so decide say we dey kan no omo build 3 ships na in fact 2 ne di kan na ɛwɔ hɔ pa ɛso ɔmo yɛ no number 400 and number 401 number 400 because na sa Haaland and Wolfie na ɔma yɛ shifts mako 399 we never ka ho ama na yɛ 400 and 401 very very interesting na ɔmo yɛ meeting wie no onuabema Bruce Ismay osikani Bruce Ismay sign contract ni wie no na ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo etu ɛho edin yɛsɛ ɔmo tu din nti obisai sɛ number 400 deɛ encheme nti wo de opa mo mempe di mi fanto so ɛna Haaland ne Wolf company no ɔmo mpani fo ka sɛ yedi kan adwin bi ho dada na ɔsɛ ɛno no de he na ɔsɛ yedi kan the first one na yɛ number 400 no ebe name no Olympic nti Ismay adwin ho no na edin ayɛ ne de na ɔsɛ wate ase and also the second one nso no so second one the Jaimao say won so wo beye obenimi na edin a ono de man no me pese ye be kom kakra won say we mu enemi no Olympic it is wo hwe screens no so a abrantia na no hu nwi how that so no Bruce Ismay yes Bruce Ismay no hwe ni suit a titimre mu na top class suit but suit you born watch I won't say yes Abrantian no so or high class nti back to edin the Olympic na a sound Greek it was Greece for omo ekro bi a friend Olympia omo gidie mu no omo gidi se omo deities me kan say omo anyame ahodo bi a omo tena ase eho sa bia ye ho na omo sa Olympian they from the Olympians so Olympians no omo deities omo ya ahodo be se 12 they no omo ye prominent wo mpa no e be bo Zeus din and Zeus no ona na ye da friend say gods ni nyina no e be bo Poseidon din e be bo Hades sa ankofo miensen na omo ye anuafo na omo ho den yi pa enne anyame ahodo a na omaka sabre no sa bia ye ho a ye Olympia ho no na na omo nti ohwe mu a na chese edin no ye kama na ye edin a ekire power what I say ekire tumi na nim say emra omo ka din ni kire Ismay no ono so ka say okay fine say sa moko Greece dia and before the Olympians no they were the Titans. They were the Titans no we tumi ane o ho ansa na Olympians na eba eniza momoko Greece dia me so me ko Greece di bi e na ono no say no Titans no momo a mo ye Greek mo follow Greek for omo me history no ye wo Kronos wo ho ene ye wo Helios so wo ho eniza okọ the Olympians na Zeus na ye the god of the heavens the gods of the heavens in Tiafan said god of thunder and ade na oba Hades so Hades so na akọ asase ase a on the living the dead people na wo nyina no ani tumi e wa asase ase nyina no na head of it and na Poseidon so nsuo so ono so na di nsuo so nti most Greece for abakose mu no omo ana omo ta fa nsuo so nyina na omo bɔ mpa ye kire Poseidon ansa na omo si so say omo any voyage because so wa anya Poseidon mitima ma wason ayehye nti mo hwe screens no so a de etwa egu no obeti ase sa gods no Greece for gods no na etwa gu screens no so mo mra Facebook mo kan kire omo a omo so enyante ye ne say omo mra no mo metie Ahintasem eye Tuesday bia 4 to 5 ewo Tofiakwa TV nti mra friend is Ismay also and the Titans and so by was a medical Titans and almost precede the Olympians nti ono so yes I okay fine and you so your ship on was ever to the Titanic so on the Titanic into the Olympic and the Titanic the omunyina tracy edin from the Greek methodology and as a Greek abakosemu and omunyina tracy here and by nti omo discuss ye na say Izmi a check was inside crata and afe quickly or more chassis or more building these two ships. In fact, almost share building Olympic earlier 3 months earlier and sana the Titanic and also more building, but almost building in side by side. Pictures in about who say if I say one factory and almost building side units, almost building side by side. Now, in fact, almost building such ships ways to be unsinkable. Unim, sa Conrad company no, na botaye nyina omo build ship a with speed, coast speed. But white line, white star line ye, any Harland ne Wolf company no, omo decided say no. You have to concentrate on size and luxury. Size in chess, almost person building the biggest ship ever to be made. At that time, until around 1907, 1908, almost shall say some more building. Nafi is a ship as soon. Nafi a luxurious, which is more comfortable. Almost shall say some more building. Until around May 31st, 1911, and now almost launch sa Titanic. Launch sa Titanic. There's almost launch almost free. Adolfo nyina ni nipa ni journalists na hodo so omra na afi omo the launch of the Titanic. In fact, it was a wonderful spectacle to behold. Na efe na akono na ship a ugina ho so ugina se ekoso no meka ne size no in figures. I want here we are confused. Inti ma memfa entoto 8-story building ho. Story building kwa it also 8 to 10. The 10 team no for a free show, a free form a cost show no. Sana na tie. Until now my friend say e wo 7 decks. If I say to so 7 decks. Na no more first class room, first class apartments room, or second class apartments room, and more the third class the living legends and also almost so there. So I was here. Now, first class na a new woman no is so marvelous. It was swimming pool. At that time, me passion come out. Me know the my wife and me say 112 years ago. 112 years ago. It's my wife and sir. You know about TC ye pa. No who send me na adena esiti at that time. It's almost swimming pool a woman. And no man know what the Titanic came on. Na ebin si said that the first time we use radio signals inti se fancy bia wo ship nim kra na person was sending message to obi e wo fi a ono so was our radio any bia you can communicate with made in common the highest technology no we use at that time ship na se no more 16 compartments ade ba ko a ema the builders of the ship, or journalists didn't come out, almost say this ship is practically unsinkable. Just say, ne cra no ship we nya de bit to me amem da because ship na se no or my compartments. Compartment because my cubicle say 16. Adena say benya sa image na de atopa me ka be bo me pa. Adena se no ship na se no almost 16 compartments. Very good me da se pa. In a watertight, you say watertight, you say insure intimi nkum. Nti you tell say even crown say insure a breachy the walls of the ship no na say a breachy crown say insure come na a fele 4 compartments crown still ship no intimi nsenkeda. Nti it was practically unsinkable. Nti na omo cannot modika. And a ship was so no na it was headed by an experienced captain, Captain Edward Smith. Very, very experienced. Be proud to handle the Titanic. Now I handle about 3 ships. And they are called voyages from Liverpool to New York. The Baltic ship no handle the Aquaba, no problem. Or the Aquaba 3 times. No problem. Now one significant idea na war the White Star Line company no and they say omo build 2 ships and sana Titanic neba ni nyina ereke ni nyina nya accident it is a ship company a build a ship na ni nyina nya accident. What was so special about the Titanic e be ma nipa apu etimi abasa. The first one was the Atlantic. The Atlantic, was wrecked in 1873. 1873, and also accident there be an aircraft na enya nkodu, but na the Atlantic atimi akwa sa 18 times on the 19th voyage and as we see here. The difference between a Titanic and the Titanic na it was the first time ever be two to the Atlantic. Na eno how it wrecked crown na te say untimi ntini paase nipa bebre o ha wo de adwuma sha omo nsa so mbe adwuma no omo ye no lackadaisical attitude omo ye no biara. In fact at that time when it was common say omo a na omo hwe ship on the ship no at that time they no mo use ye coal. In fact they mo de coal tower ene no coal no na omo use omo de bo eja e ma ship no timi movie na omo number of tons I was say voyage biana edi. I mean it timid ni twa. Na sa Atlantic na omo enough coal I bit me di omo akwa dru omo destination. But they na ohwe coal no so wase ho no. E ka che captain say the ade na ye no entimi inform nkodru. Enti they had to so omo even say bi asen ka plane na omo enye transit. Omo enye transit o baby. Enko refill omo coal no ansa na omato aso. Now the ship captain also mistake also here and say interest obe oversee sa asem na akwa na kano and I say obehwe say ship no kwako dru sa crew no omo kwako ye refill no ono so say wabre na ne kum nti okoda and odo na chija the next in command no so nim see no partner de call baby am kwa refill no onim so papa it eventually hit rocks ema ship no ereke about 737 people in the free that day. That's the 1873. 737 people and they moved 429 in Yankwa. And so another ship and also was wrecked. Another ship was also wrecked. But I don't know. I could see and say a collide with ship being free America by friend Florida. I don't know. Maybe say because still there were lives lost. Nipansia in the free mo. The rest of the passengers and they will be to me. Echo omutiminya enkwa. Enti when nyina na ye shipper the White Star Line in na building. And in 1912. Omo be launch another voyage. This same company. And the way omo jeje ade no so emma esikafo a na omo at that time omo nyina timi ba he. They all came so they want to be part of that voyage. They always want to be part of history. Because I said the first time Titanic na A2 no I was part of it. Their names will be written in history books. And at that time, the richest man on earth, he was there. The creme de la creme. Na omo omo free Southampton, and New York. Ship was built in Belfast or Ireland. Omo building we no, and omo the bar Southampton. It's Southampton, and na ship ebe sha say sa omo voyage na say. Enti all classes, societal classes buy. Ship in the first class were there, the second class were there, and the third class people also. On the 10th of April, 1912, the Titanic set sail. Shall set if we Southampton or United Kingdom, Echo New York, our U.S. approaching mem. No more ship nyina, they were very happy medical catch or say the first class no more gym no more swimming pool first class and so now share omo lobby now share baby no omo didi it was top notch at that time. Say for adwen ko 112 years ago for adwen ko. Look at the staircase I no more you see. It was a top notch ship. And a good day in nti nkomo no mu nyina omo before nyina di ye any sika na omo je ni nyina. The people did not bother because they wanted to be part of history. Not ships are two, ships are two. But this particular one no na a yesronko because one, it was the biggest in the world at that time. Ship on the capacity pa it me far about 3,400 people. Yes, around that figure. But I don't say the capacity no to me far full to the capacity because there's only making room for spaces. And even though I'm fat the full capacity, but there were people on the ship. All the crew in Akanwa, there were more than 2,400 people on the ship that day. And almost the 10th of April, 1912. Until the first day, the second day, until like aeroplane, they made transits. Maybe on Bedrubia so no amount for Beshe events the ship no amount for Beshe because they have heard it. Into ship no cry air bow crew no cry never say be a ship on our BC Temahaba. You get people from Kumasi cry going to Temahaba just to catch a glimpse of the Titanic. If we Tema near two near co ne do Edulome air Togo near Gina near two Edu Benin near Gina near two Edu Nigeria near Gina sa into countries are no more the coastal or more coasting na Titanic can you draw? That's en route to New York City. Omo senka me also be a nka me nwenhwe because I need na worship no so me da na sorry na me didi na di agro na di nkomo na akoda sa first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. Now here again, Captain Smith, medical control, he had vast experience into the so pa. But at that night, fateful night, Captain Smith, he was so tired until he decided to work or rest kakra. Until they had signals in the Atlantic Ocean, they had signals. Medical control so use the top technology. Use signals from other ships. Say, baby, a ship on a namono, and the speed a ship on the aircraft. It was dangerous. It was dangerous. There are a lot of conspiracy theories. Theories be around HSA. The ship was intentionally sank, almost shut down, almost sank ship, because there were a lot of people, white billionaires, ship they wanted to claim insurance package because insurance package and war was a ship you know going to honor soon. Until they wanted to claim insurance. Into almost shut down almost sink a ship. Theories, conspiracy theories be if you cry say there were aliens, by causing havoc in the ship. But the fact of the matter is, ship hit iceberg. Ignore all the signs in a buy or na ship iceberg ship a breaching all the compartments. Maybe I say why you say a ship unsinkable a breaching I say honina. Did they started sending distressed messages? No, I'm afraid code be a friend of CQD code. I don't know, the code all stations danger. The distress message and almost send it out. and then use the SOS, the Save Our Souls, code, and use it. At that time, it was a CQD. Sending signals to other ships. Now, around some said the closest shipper, now a anchor, omitting save the Titanic, Ahintasem a woman say, almost so around the area, almost discovered an iceberg in Ohonintino. They decided to stop the ship and take a rest. Into engine room, operation room, hono, Diana or hono, no aquada. And the messages are near free Titanic near Kokunina, no, not I waste because no be any how here, obey responding to those messages. And by the time, sir, distress messages in a call or mote and not, it was too late. Nti afei nsuo na hyase se eba ship no afei on se ship no ba bia a power ship no ma electricity eba no afei nsuo hyase ekoho nti ship no mu nkane nyina hyase se edum. The Titanic could take 40 lifeboats, but on this particular day no only 20 lifeboats pe in the coy. The question is why? Inti ebasa enkra ene ma ene bedi kan a free shipping. Inti so we a crew or ship on so it means that that was going to be your end because Britain for a war we said they want to die for their country. Inti they would do everything possible say so mbetimia save the Titanic they will do it. Inti ship inti Captain Edward Smith any the crew members no everything possible to save the Titanic but and it is believed to say Captain Edward Smith perished with intimate lifeboat no manko. Eventually boat to be by the Catania by rescue omo lifeboats no e de omo but yet a whooping 1,503. Because at target at 5,517 people died on that day. Such a tragedy. A ship that was tagged the unsinkable ship. 2 a.m. About 2:45 a.m. I think it was a Wednesday. That is 15th April. 1912, the Titanic sank. Now, baby, a Titanic kotoye no. Obi eni who ya till 73 years later, 1985, and sana explorer be the wreck of the Titanic. Baby, a Titanic and the free so kotoye. The spectacle, the highlight of that time. You can use all the adjectives with him that describe the Titanic. And it's an fair ACTA. The real any insuase. But some imagine Krubi on Bedu should be a nipadodo a pubeshe the Titanic. Sikai did woo the Titanic. In fact, it was around $7.5 million. And then say ne kase ye value the Titanic na anka ye vetima value no close to $400 million US dollars. A lot went to it. Was an expensive ship. But 5 days into the voyage, a chassis but ankudu ship on a senke. But say a far addition be free her. Say if we are say, no matter how you start, be humble. Humble yourself. No matter the level you get to, humble yourself. Because within a matter of seconds, obetimi aye mobile. Because you are human. It doesn't matter the amount of money you have in your account. Usika ebitimi bibiri. Amanfo beba ho abosian bonade. But humble yourself. Because you never know Is it from ente hoda? You probably be shasia or my new market, but you sound say, where are they? Now, maybe I'm asking me, Gina Pan say, the engineer of the ship, a grantee interview, or say, this is the unsinkable ship. Not even God can sink this ship. Not even God. It was a damning statement. Not even God can sink this ship. This is how far human beings can go. Say, this is the result. But please be careful. Do not undermine the power of God. That not even God can sink the Titanic. I'm sure Senipa or Ahintasem no for no so enyankwa. But even if onyankwa krampuna at that point enyoma ofemu ansa na onyankwa no obenya adwensakra. Enyomo amene omukasa nyina na omoji nyankopon di. But only nyankopon di krampuna the loss of life. Ekasa abrabum enyoma edi enso enyoma edi yenam no ekasa. Let's be careful. I am admire obi o wuskapa o from brain ho ase donipa sani pepe koswa prospera but dey kra na obenya say wonye skana fa utitia nipa so sade na wo ye no to what end na bitima wa koduro. The Titanic in its all glory and glamour, 5 days into the journey, sank. And one way, baby, what settled mind to say, oh, quite obvious, who could do no one here, who could sem and one hand time some no, could do. Because I'm very sure some one or more ship and so no. Or more, they were making plans. Okay, so we could do New York City, first class for them. We could do New York City. They call me business partner. We hope. Me nene kwa tenase na fi actually deal we. Ebesi ewe. Sansem ni nyina, sa adwene nyina, sa nimbiri nyina ka ne trim. Eko nsu ase. Because he did not know. It might not be their fault, but the reason is, oh, you're very careful of your surroundings. Adebia oyebia so you look before you leap. Also to boase. Now be when now share. And sana bibia also oyebia waye. The story of the Titanic, so all kind of conspiracy theories around it it holds some bit of water. So because na esikafo hopa esikafo, and there were people who wanted to control the world. And so, in order to control the world, and I'll see his uncle free ho, Sebeya, a bit to me, enya the control na penal. And it was a death trap they set. And to be careful, you don't just jump onto anything. Say, I didn't buy, only investigating visa questions in your pa, then you are in. On here, not a year, no, and your papa, on here, not a new year. It's a sad story. A story, in fact, it started very well in Bradley. I'm sure, say, Bruce Ismay, any Harland and Wolf, discussing, now I was idea, not a Ahintasem, because they wanted to do something, but maybe be a bit between competitors, you know. But Auntie Uncle, that's our White Star Line we crumple. Only some must have built another ship, I friend of the Britannia. And also so in a shipwreck. And we are talking about 4 ships under the White Star Line in a shipwreck. And if this company or this record, in fact, a normal those days there, and so once in a while disaster baby to see. But 4 ships, 4 major ships. It was a disaster, but yet people the Titanic say unya well the ship no the movie Titanic ne painti a picture bi obi ahụ bi da bia kopɛ na hwɛ na fe fatoto nsɛm aye ho ebe ma o picture no they were part of it